Hi, welcome back to Finally Revealed. In this episode, I want to talk about how to ask for help. We all need help from time to time, and some people are used to asking for help, and some people are maybe have a tougher time with it. So I wanted to give some suggestions that you can work into your own situation as it comes up and give you a little formula that you can apply to any time that you need help. The first thing that you need to understand and realize is when you do need help. There are different recovery programs and AA and different systems that say the first step in solving a problem is recognizing there is a problem. And every problem can be solved. And every problem has more than one way and means to solve it. So you don't want to get too stuck on one particular solution if you have that in your mind and you've decided this is the only way to solve it, because that might create more resistance to you solving it. And you might be putting up barriers by insisting on one particular way and trying to force it. So we want to open up the playing field on this particular problem. When you come upon a situation where you are stuck, something is not working out the way that you expected it, something unexpected comes into your life, and you now have to deal with it either by getting it back out of your life or working around it or working through it or working with it, it's going to upset your apple cart and you need help. Sometimes you have the tools already based upon other things you have done to work through it, but sometimes you need more help, and that could be by the way of information or a tool or a person with the information or tools or more than one. So first, you want to identify what is the problem. Take the situation and use a pen and paper or draw it out so that you're really clear on what is the situation, because what you are facing as a problem might not be the real thing that needs to be fixed or that needs help. It might be something that came up because of a particular thing that caused this problem. So you want to see that you're looking at this clearly. So look at the problem or write it down. Maybe it's so-and-so is not behaving towards me like they normally do. Well, that is a very broad statement. That's a lot different than my toilet is clogged up or my sink is clogged up. And while that may have a more specific cause, so is the whole relationship thing. So you want to look at what has shown itself to you and look at the circumstances around what the problem is. If it was a mistake at work, what are the circumstances around that? Work it backwards. Figure out what is your participation in the situation, when that first happened. If this is a new situation that came about after something else new happened, drill it down to its smallest part or parts. Maybe there's a couple of things. So you need to first identify what is the source of the problem, and can I deal with that on my own with the tools that I have, or do I need help? Because maybe if you drill it down that way, you don't need help. You can figure out a way to fix the situation through, and you want to come up with 2 or 3 ways. And then explore those options, choose an option, and try it. And sometimes you might have to try more than once. If you get through this situation in evaluating the problem and drilling it down to what is really a couple of nuggets that cause this problem, and you don't have the tools or the ability to do this, or you need some suggestions, then by having it drilled down to a smaller piece, you're going to be able to figure out who to help you, because in order to know where to get the help or what kind of help, you need to know what the exact question is. You think about when people ask you for help. If they say something really general, well, then that leaves you as the person being consulted to try to figure out what the problem is. So you can see what I mean. So If you, as the person seeking the help, can get clear about what it is you are really asking help for, it's going to help you two ways. One, to find the source of the help, and to communicate how you need the help and what kind of help you're looking for. All right? So you've drilled down to what the component parts are, one or two or three things. Now you can look on the internet if you want to go general and just kind of search out different ways. If you deal better with a personal help and you really would like some coaching on it or some tools, look around the people that are closest to you, friends, family, your partner, co-workers. Is there someone who you think has experienced this situation before or might have some input for you that can help you then work through the situation, whether it's with a thing or with a person or with an organization? If that person nearby, or you don't have anybody nearby that you think can help, is there somebody around you in your circle that might be a link to another person who might have help? So look at your core people and then look one layer up and who they know and who they deal with and what kinds of things you have heard about. And then maybe get an introduction or a meeting or a coffee to get to that person to find the help. And it might be somebody directly connected to them, or it might be somebody else that they can send you to. For example, if it's a medical situation, they may have a doctor that they can refer you to, or someone else that they know who can refer you to a doctor if it's a medical situation. The other way you can take to seek help is to identify what the problem is and then look around the problem. Is there a person or a thing or a company or something working around that's connected to the problem that you can explore and get some information or tools from to work it? If you are having, for example, a personality conflict at work with someone, and it's a communication issue, and it seems that you have a communication problem with them because it takes you maybe 2 or 3 times to get your point across, and you've noticed that this is happening more than once. And what is the deal? I have to keep chunking away at this situation or this person. There's just some kind of lack of connection. Who else deals with this person, and who have you observed deals with them easier? Maybe they have developed some system, maybe they have encountered the same thing with them, the same communication problem, and they can share a trick or some kind of skill that you can adopt, or pattern of communication that will help you deal with that person and make it easier on you and easier on them. You know, we all communicate in different ways, and some people are more forthcoming about saying, look, I really prefer that you don't send an email 7 times a day or text me 7 times a day. If you could, I do these types of responses at this time of the day. If you can get all of your issues to me in one email by about 10 o'clock in the morning, I can respond to that. I do all of those after lunch. Wouldn't that be great to know? Some people are good about putting that out there and letting you know that. Some people aren't. And you don't want to be critical of how they're handling things, but you want to get the information that you need to continue on with your assignment. So look around somebody who deals with that person, and if you are the new person at work and you have this problem, then it's really easy to go to their assistant or somebody else in the department or somebody who has a similar connection to them as you do, and just say, hey, I'm having a little bit of issue here. Do you have any suggestions for me? They tell you that information, you're golden, right? So you want to look around your environment personally first, and that will help you with behavioral things and ways that you might be able to address a situation. The other way, looking at the problem, look around the problem for a source or a person or some other way to solve it. See if this makes a difference for you. I think the first thing is really to drill down the problem and get as specific as you can, and it will save you a lot of time, because then you won't be trying to solve the problem by committee and different people. You'll be more focused on what your experience is and what the situation is. Obviously, we have counselors who can help diagnose a problem if it is in relationships or something personal to you. And for mechanical things, if you figure out it's plumbing, then you can call a plumber. If you figure out it's electrical, you can call for an electrician. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. I think we all need help from time to time, and I just thought that these were ways that could help you. If I'm right, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions below. Share this with someone else who it might benefit. Subscribe to see the other videos. And hey, if you're in business, check out the Big Brass. I've got it noted here on our suggested channels, and that's where I go through things specifically for business people. And please come back and see me next time. Thanks for watching.